Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we are going to build a nuclear quarry. We already got a quarry that we know works, you can see down there. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't work. It did work, and then we ran out of lava, which was terrible. What a terrible waste. What a terrible waste of time trying to refill these tanks. It's just not worth it. I'm done. Lava tank things, you are dead to me. Dead to me, I say. There's nothing left here for you. Take your desk and pack it up and go. Instead, it is a new day. It is the day of the electrical engine. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, Joe, how are you going to power this electrical engine? Well, remember how I said this was a nuclear quarry? We are going to power this electrical engine with nuclear, safe, clean power. Now, I've got all sorts of fancy stuff I'm going to need in order to do that. Like, for example, first up, I am going to need a low-voltage transformer with which, well, actually, the way we're going to do that then is run the cables like so. Boom. Now, low-voltage transformer, I want to turn that with my wrench such that the input faces me over here. So now, if I put my MFSU over on this side, let's get rid of all these Lincoln books right now. We shan't be needing them immediately. MFSU, nuclear reactor, here we go. So if we put our MFSU with the input facing this way for our nuclear reactor. Oh, wait, no. MFSU just runs directly from the nuclear reactor. That's fine. So we are actually going to need to build the output on this side, facing toward where our medium voltage transformer will go. So it'll step down the power straight out of the reactor through the MFSU. So we'll put a medium voltage transformer there, which we can get by combining two double-insulated gold cables and a machine block. Super cheap. So we want the input to face this way. So, just to make sure that this isn't going to blow everything up, we can now go ahead and put I've got a lithium power battery in here that we can just charge this off of. And so if I take my EU meter out, okay, so right now nothing's putting out any power. Nope, no power going there. No power going there. Well, you know why? Because nothing's turned on. Turn that on. Get that pumping. Okay, that's using 6 EU a tick, right? Okay, that's not bad. We turn this one on. Oh, no. Now we are drawing a total of 12 EU per tick. Wow, that's a lot of EU per tick. How are we going to keep that going after my little battery here depletes? Well, we are going to hook this all up to this fine model of nuclear science, this nuclear reactor I got going on here. Now, nuclear reactor by itself is fun, but really in order to generate some energy, you are going to need some other stuff. So I'm just going to dump everything else out of my inventory for right now, except for those and those. Going to need those possibly. Okay, and I will need a switch because the nuclear reactor will not turn on if there is not a switch to activate it. So let's grab all these little nuclear reactor components out of here. Coolant cells, reactor vents, all that fun stuff. And let's just go to Reactor Town. Now, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to run the reactor. And, oh, you know what? Before we go to Reactor Town, why don't we quickly stop by Redstoneville, grab a little bit of redstone. That might come in handy. So this redstone here, I'm thinking what I want to do is actually to replace this switch here with a redstone input that I can generalize and possibly have hooked up to other things later. So, okay, that is not working. So, new idea. We're going to do it this way. On, off. Okay, great. So, our reactor is going to need some heat vents. Now, this reactor heat vent, these will, keep the hull cold. Heat vents normally will keep the reactant materials chilled and keep other components good. Now we can put in a heat exchanger here, which will push heat toward other things like this coolant cell. So this way, the heat exchanger is pushing heat from both of these double uranium cells to that. And we got some other coolant cells we can put in there. But for right now, let's just see how this runs as is. Oh, a reactor heat exchanger. I think that exchanges heat with other stuff. We'll figure it out. I will just figure it out as we go. Extra reactor plating to make the reactor run at a better maximum temperature, so that way it won't burn up as quick. Where's my digital reactor thermometer? That is an oversight. I'm going to need that. Something fierce. You cannot just run around doing reactor stuff willy-nilly without a digital thermometer. So right now, the reactor has a melting point of 11,000 because of all those extra plates we put in there, and a hull heat of 0. And currently it's putting out 0 power. Now, if we turn this on, it starts generating 60 EU per tick. That's 10 times as much as these engines are drawing. Now, how much heat is it, accumulating? None. 0 hull heat. Well, wow. If the hull isn't accumulating any heat, that must be because these components here are eating it up really well. Now, what I want to do is I want to turn on the reactor to let all of this kind of nuclear stuff undergo fission or fusion or whatever. I don't mind either way. It can do what it wants. And I want to let it fill up the MFSU a good bit. And then, once all these heating components here start kind of overheating, I want to turn it back off and just let the quarry run on the power. So, in the meantime, this is a bad pipe. This pipe should not exist. Great, and I've got extra stone now. How wonderful. So we're just going to put that there. In the meantime, I did want to configure this a little bit fancily, and of course this is not helpful now because there is no tin in that. I wish I could just select blocks out of here to drag into that, but oh well. Next time, other guy. So, okay, we got all of our lame blocks are essentially going into the yellow here, where they are then being distributed evenly among these chests because I didn't really plan this out or schedule this out especially well. But quickly, before we start monologuing, let's take a look. See, that heat vent there is about to overheat. Now, those are kind of expensive, so I don't want to actually let them overheat. But my MFSU is now at 10%, no, 1%, but it's still a massive amount of power. If you look at how rapidly that's diminishing, that's super slow. Now, one thing that I'm going to want to do, though, is I'm going to want to assign these chests specific roles. Like, I might say one of these is for dirt and cobblestone, and one of these is for sand or whatever. So, let's see here. I will say, let's see, right now it's just averaging it all out. That's fine. Let's say that all of the dirt and cobblestone goes into the red. Okay, so we got dirt and cobblestone. That's all going to start filling this red chest here. Now, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to run a cable down through here to power some machines. Now, one of the machines that I would like to power is my recycler. And so I can just grab that recycler over here and start turning the surplus dirt and cobble into scrap. So let's see, the best way to do that is going to be, let's use our little jetpack here to fly up this way. We're going to want to grab some wooden transport pipes, redstone engines. Where are you at, zombie? You are way too close. I smite you with my glowing sword blade. Okay, so where were we? And better make sure we don't run out of jetpack fuel. Yeah, we're okay on that. So, I can just set up a wooden transport pipe here and a pump. And right now, I will just set up a switch. But later on, we can do this a little bit more fancily. And let's see. So, we are going to run that straight into a cobblestone transport pipe, which will then affix to a hopper on the top of my recycler. A hopper is a topper that allows things to accumulate like extra stuff. So, I just put this here, and you see how that just feeds into that? Great. Now, my recycler is going to need EU to run, so let's make sure that we have enough wire for that. I know that I'm not using the cheapest wire, and I probably could use a much cheaper wire, but at this point, This is all like just me making videos for you, so I'm not necessarily as concerned about efficiency as about getting the video done in a timely manner. Great, so this now has power, and we will now need to pump stuff out of that and into another chest where stuff goes when it's finished, like the scrap. So we are just going to put a torch here, and we are going to set up our additional chest. Whoa, big ceiling. Probably should have thought about this layout a little bit more. This is kind of my Mark III. I've done several iterations. This is my, like, I did the lava quarry, and now we're doing a more advanced quarry kind of thing. Okay, so now we just turn that on, and that will start pumping the dirt and the rocks into the recycler, because I don't need them. Now what I'm going to want to do here, though, is make sure that all the dirt and rocks get to the recycler. So dirt and rock, or rock and dirt, both go yellow, and then they go red over here. So let me grab this stuff out. Gravel, I don't really need either, so I might end up wanting to run that through the recycler as well. So just anything that goes into the red chest is going to get recycled eventually. That's the way that works. So it's just feeding into the hopper, and the way it works is if it feeds dissimilar materials in, it'll just queue up in the hopper rather than clogging up the recycler. And the pipes don't like just dump stuff out. As long as I have like less than 4 types of things up here, though, I should be fine. And I'm only putting 4 types of things in the chest. So I've got these other chests as kind of catch-alls. Although I don't think anything's going to be coming down this way that isn't like a caught-all or catch-all. Let's see. If I put this gate on here, then what that does is I can say to only provide redstone power if a certain situation is met. Like, for example, if the pipe has items in it, redstone signal, inventory. I wonder how it can tell which inventory I'm trying to use. I guess, okay, yeah, so if there's stuff in the chest, then to emit a redstone signal. So that means, like, right now it should be emitting a redstone signal, but it's not. So maybe... Oh, wait, can I apply this directly... Can I apply these gates directly to something? I might have to come back and play with this now. But maybe not right now, because I need to go check on my... Dang it. Okay, good. I can right-click to go backwards. I need to check on my nuclear reactor to see how everything's cooling down. And all of our vents are re-cooled, so we can just turn that back on. In the meantime, our power level, it only used half the power that we had generated. And I can actually set up a computer, I think, I'm not sure, to turn the generator on and off every few minutes. That's something I'm going to have to look into. Now, how are these engines running? They're not really storing excess power. So everything seems to be fine over here. They're at a fixed rate. So all of my... Okay, cobblestone isn't going to be coming in here at all. So all my red rock is still going this way. But my other stuff... Oh, because this is my old cobblestone chest. Okay. So is anything making it out here? A bunch of dirt from last time. And this is other stuff that's left over from last time. Great. So, let's see. What I want to do as well is really I wanted to run the red rock to a furnace. So maybe what I should do is I should make this my red rock chest and start dropping the red rock down that way. So let's grab some red cobblestone here and let's go up to this first diamond pipe and say, yep, red rock. That also goes yellow. And then on this one, it goes red. Great. And so anything that goes through here will go into a furnace, which I will have to recover from, let's see, here we go. Electric furnace. What would it cost me to make this into a fancy furnace? Oh, a bunch of copper I don't have yet. Yeah, we'll come back when I got more copper. Sorry, guys. That's just going to be how that is. So, let's see. Oh, it's a shame. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I guess I could run it. Oh, okay. So now I'm wishing that I had just left my glass. Let's just rewire this real quick. We are just going to come down here like so. And we are going to run that straight up. Okay, so now my furnace is right here. We have an output from that chest, which should be getting red rock soon. Yeah, see, it started to get red rock. And we'll take everything else out of there. It will... Let's leave the sand, maybe. No, because it's only going to be able to cook one thing. Let's run the sand into this blue chest here. And then we can possibly figure that out down the line. So, where's... Of course, I didn't pick up any sand. Sand. I hate that you have to have the item in your inventory already to do it. So, sand is now going in the blue chest. Dirt and cobblestone and gravel. Excess dirt and cobblestone and gravel can go over here. That goes in that chest. That goes in that chest. So, most things are accounted for at this point. So, what we want to do is install our other redstone engine here. I think... Oh, do I need another redstone engine pumping stuff out? How did cobblestone get into here? That's not where cobblestone goes. Cobblestone goes in here. Interesting. I'm wondering... Uh-oh. So there's my electric furnace, and it has power. I don't know why it's making noise. Let's go check on our generator real quick and see how hot it's running. And it has burned out one of its fans, and it's about to break the other. So if we check on that with our thing here, the whole heat was still 0 because the stuff inside was doing a good job of dissipating the heat, but not necessarily ideal. And wow, we are up to... Wow, that's a lot of power. We are doing pretty okay over here. So, even with running this extra recycler that, you know, isn't working well. We need to get at least one scrap in here so it knows not to put... Dang it, Hopper. You are just the worst. Dang it. Okay. So, like... Okay, so we know why that's not working at least. Because it's stupid. Okay, so we're just going to take... Let's take this redstone engine here. Set it up like so. No, we want to rotate that with our crescent wrench, which is, of course, not under here, but rather right here. No. No. Wow. Okay, so our crescent wrench has gone missing. It is like the moon. It has gone flying up in the sky, never to be seen again. Why would the moon never want to be seen again? That's terrible. Okay, can I just, like, hit it to... Can I just face it a different way, maybe? Like, if I'm standing this way, will it face this way? No, it's going to default to that. Okay, new plan. We're just going to put this one here. And we are just going to put a switch there that says, hey, you're on now. Okay, awesome. So, let's see. Having hopefully got this going. Dang it. Everything about this is just not going well. Okay, come on, Cycler. Run. Just... Okay, so we're going to turn this one off long enough for this to, like, fill up, and then we'll argue about why we hate it later. So, it's at least putting the blocks we want down here. Now, one of the most important functions of all this is to keep the blocks that we really want go into one of these other chests. Now, I think that they are going to filter... Okay, so we want to remove that dirt filter on the red. And, of course, yeah, we haven't gotten any new exciting dirt blocks yet. It looks like the quarry has yet... Okay, so it'll eventually hit that copper and that tin. And when it does, don't worry, guys, we will be ready. Oh, thank you, a rainstorm. You are precisely what I would like to enjoy while I'm being recording. Okay, so if this recycling tube is all taken care of now, nothing in the hopper. Okay, so now it's actually starting to run. And... Okay, so it does produce scrap, but we need to run this engine less often, essentially, because of the poor design of this recycler. Okay, so we can't push scrap into there, but the hopper will. So we need to set this engine that pumps out to run less frequently than the engine that pumps stuff in. So I guess what I need to do is wire. This is another thing where I need to get a timer going and worry about that later. But yeah, okay, see this pumping blocks back out? That's undesirable behavior. That is not what anybody wants to see there. Okay, so both of these silver chests are kind of being wasted, but what I can do is kind of say, okay, well, when this starts filling up, we'll put some of the extra gravel in each of them, or whatever. We'll distribute that somehow. Okay, so let's see, we are getting, okay, so everything seems to be going down this way. Wonderful, that is all good. How are we for power over here? We're still doing great on power. Now, one thing that I'm thinking about doing, I need to make more, like, advanced heat vents like this. And the recipe for that is a bunch of iron bars and some heat vents. And so let's go get some heat vents. Let's go make those. How do we make heat vents? I'm sure you are wondering. You've got to be asking yourself, how do I make those? Well, let me tell you guys, it is an exciting ride. We can just go to how many items? Too many items. Heat vent. 4 refined iron and iron bars. So let's see, how many refined iron do I have left at the end of this incredible adventure? Not enough, okay. So we're just going to come over here. Luckily, we got our electric furnace that is going to slowly but surely make these things. Another thing that I'm going to have over here, although I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to wire it yet, I wanted to set up an electric furnace that was dedicated solely to copper and then pumped the copper into the compressor. And then I could use the compressor parts to make fans and stuff, because a lot of the nuclear stuff requires those big coppery bits be taken care of, but I don't know. Okay, so we're going to want diamonds for the final version. We're going to want, let's take the tin. Let's throw extra radioactive material just on the ground where anyone could find it. That's completely safe. And while that all goes down, let's just munch on that. Boom, furnaced. We have fully furnaced our iron. It is available now. So we come back over here, heat vent, and of course the crafting table I'm using won't accept the inventory thing, but that's fine, everything's cool. There, heat vent. Oh dang it, we still need 2 of them to make the diamond one. Let's look into the component heat exchange. Okay, so the heat exchanger is just tin, that stuff, and that. Okay, well, we do have enough stuff to make another heat exchanger. So that might be helpful as well, just kind of getting stuff away from where the reaction is taking place. So let's see here. I guess I could run that to here. That's kind of a weird way to do it, but, well, that... Or, alternately, I'm kind of thinking that I want to get another set of... Dang it. Am I using all of the reactor parts? Apparently I am. I might want to get another set of the uranium doubles in there. So, why don't we just grab us 2 more of those. Oh, because I already used my compressed copper. Dang it. Okay, so every part of this is just like slowing me down and driving me mad. Let's see, are any parts of this working? Hey, this thing's kind of working. I like that. This pump is back on, and stuff is going in there. And, okay, great. So, we are just going to teleport back to my base real quick. I might have another copper thing. Another copper compressed piece right here. No, do not have that, in fact. Well, never mind then. Going back again. It's fun. Let's go. Woo! Okay, we are back at the Red Rock Quarry, and thank you, Chunk, for not loading. Thank you, Jetpack, for being incredible. Let's see here. Well, I can take the fan that I do have and run that through here, or, you know what we have? We have an entire quarry. I feel like I'm wasting the quarry by just going down and, like, grabbing the stuff I need out of the ground. But, like, without the quarry, I wouldn't have found it so fast. So, I mean, you know, the quarry is helping. Look at this. 6 copper I wouldn't have had. That's pretty good, right? And I gotta make sure to stay on the move so that my light helmet doesn't throw off the quarry's block detection. Here we go. And we can just drop on down to the furnace city. Oh, we should macerate this. Yes, I know exactly what I'm doing. Hey, if I macerate this, then I can also compress it. So I'm going to do that real quick. Let's do the time skip again. We are back, and we are going to make another double uranium cell. And we are also going to make a few of these wonderful advanced heat vents that will hopefully keep our beautiful engine running clean and cool. So there we go. There's another advanced heat vent. Now, what they should let me do is put an additional double uranium cell in here. Or at least that's my solemn hope. And we'll see how well this actually exchanges that extra heat. Okay, well, this is actually terrible, because this advanced cell, I probably want to have one of those. I want to have this on the end here. I want to put that there. I want to cool onto that. Wow, okay, so is this turned on? Or is this just using power right now? Because I saw some of these, I thought I saw something heat up. Okay, wait, Schism's asking me a question. What am I missing with the rolling machine? You put them in, click the output desired, click the output item, make sure the engine is on, lever on, glowstone switch. Yay, the joys of being on a server. Okay. So we got our reactor heat vents here, which I'm thinking might not even be as helpful as I thought they would be. We've got this heat exchanger that needs to... All the heat exchangers need to be run into something, or they're not really exchanging any heat. Like, they're not... So let's pull... Okay, that heat exchanger's actually doing stuff. Let's pull these reactor heat vents out, maybe? And, well, no, we want probably at least one. Yeah, let's go ahead and see how that works. Now, our current temperature reading on the hull is 63. Okay, the thing is heating up even though it's not running. Is it putting out power? Interesting. So, apparently if you put enough uranium in there, it starts, you know, doing stuff even when it's not. Okay, so hull heat is now up to 235, 237, 299. How much power are we putting out? Dang it. Start new measurement. 100 EU per tick. Pretty awesome. How are we doing over here temperature-wise? Okay, well, I want to keep the temperature at a reasonable level. Let's make sure our fans aren't dying. Oh, one fan's already dying. So let's eyeball our components. So this fan here is taking a lot of heat, and so maybe I need to alter the design somehow so this fan is not getting as much going on here. This heat exchanger is doing okay. That one's doing okay. But, man, that thing took a beating in the middle there, which almost says to me maybe heat exchangers should just go in the middle across the board. But let's try pulling out some other stuff here. Where is... Okay. Let's go ahead and make 2 more fans, which we can't do at all until we have more fences. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for knowing this. So that's 16 fences there. And we will need to make those in a cross. I've got a ton of excess aluminum, so we can just do that again. At this point, I don't want to bother. Most of my iron is, like, tied up in other projects right now, like the assembly table and stuff, so I just don't want to deal with it. So heat vent, diamond, iron, 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 iron. Another, there we go. So, like, for example, if I come over here and I drop this in. Now, I'm keeping a good eye on the actual temperature here, so I'm thinking maybe I don't need all this plating inside at once. So, why don't I just go ahead. Why is it flashing that way? Does that mean it's, like, actively... Huh, that's weird. Is the quarry stuff all running good? I should check on that, I guess, occasionally. Anything coming into these chests that might be of interest? Oh, I found my crescent wrench. That's of interest. So some coal ended up in this guy. More stuff ended up over here. So I probably want to stop putting stuff into... Oh, hey, some copper. That's cool. Probably want to stop putting stuff into this blue chest, though. That is... Or at least not anything... Let's say that copper can go in the blue chest, but nothing else. So copper goes in blue. And we can just grab some of this extra stone here just to make sure we don't run out of space in our blue chest. Drop that straight into there. Check on our recycler. How is that doing? Okay, it's fine. Awesome. So I'm feeling like while this has cooled down a little bit, while it's heating up a little bit. Okay, so this is continuing to generate heat, even though, so that's weird. We probably want it to have not doing that happening. So I think maybe I need a reactor heat vent. So this is once again going to lower my maximum hull temperature. So I can't be as cavalier with the temperature now. But I mean, I was keeping an eye on it in the first place. Okay, so that extra heat vent is definitely lowering the hull temperature significantly. So maybe that one is non-negotiable. Great. So we've got 2 of these on either side here. We got this heat vent for the reactor. We got some helium cells in here. Got this reactor plating. I'm kind of thinking... Now, the real way to do this for optimal everything is actually going to be to have... Right now, this one is touching 2, and these ones are each touching 1. We want to have them all touch... Oh, wait, no. There's no way I could... Even if I made it an L, that wouldn't be better. I'd need a whole nother... another rod to bounce off of. But you know what? I've got more rods. Let's grab a rod here. Let's just play with this, okay? So, if we put this up here, right, and have that there, and let's see, what's the best way to do this? So we put this heat exchanger here. We have the reactor plate in there. Does that make sense? So then we have reactor plating up there. We have this heat exchanger. I guess the only concern I have... Oh, yeah, that's terrible. That needs to go. So we've got 4 of these in here. So what I clearly should be actually doing is putting that into there and that into there. Great. Now, what was the recipe for the good heat exchanger again? I need 2 more dense copper plates, which I don't have. Dang it. My little recycler's growling at me. What is going on in here? Got our hopper going. Or maybe it wasn't the recycler. What else would be growling, though? You growling, furnace? Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, back up we go. So we are going to... Let's see, has this cooled further yet? Okay, it's still cooling, so that's a good sign. It's kind of hovering. Okay, so we have less reactor plating than ever, but we got more other fun stuff. Okay. Oh, the way to do this... Yeah, this is the optimal way to do this, I believe. So, we are going to turn this on, and let's just see if our fans start dying immediately and which ones. Okay, so this one in the upper right here is dying quicker because it's getting the dissipated heat and the heat straight off the double uranium cell. Oh, wow, that's dying fast. So, let's quickly let that recover for a moment, and then let's do a measurement on here. Okay, so that's cooling down pretty quick again, though. So really, like, what I want to do is I want to turn this on for, like, a few seconds and just gauge quickly what the measurement is on this. 135 power, a tick. So my MFSU over here is still okay. Man, so it would be better to have more electricity, clearly. So what I kind of need to do is just get this on a little, like, a loop timer that turns it on for 3 seconds and then off for 10 seconds or something. And you know what? I think that timer there might be the subject of my next video, because I think that we have come pretty far in this one, and it's a good time to take a break and say goodbye for now. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.